Hello, welcome back to another installment of Crafts at the Clinton Library. Today I'm going to show you the April quilt block of the month. This month the block is Flying Geese. They are a series of 3 triangles all set together into a rectangle. And then the rectangles can be combined in many different layouts to make whatever type of design you like. This is kind of a traditional one that is just called Flying Geese, although it's not set in stone that this is the only way you can lay it out. This is a very old block. There's evidence that it was around in the Americas since the very early 1700s. There's theories and people have written that this block was also used as a directional pointer during the Underground Railroad days to show escaping slaves how to get to the north or to the next stop on the Underground Railroad. There doesn't seem to be authoritative documentation of this fact, but it does make a very good story. So I'm going to show you a quick The instructions for this block are going to be available as a PDF that you can download and print out at home. It is a 2-page printout. Page 1 shows you the instructions on how to make the flying geese and 2 different ways of doing so. The second page is various layouts and some history and terminology again. Okay, so I am using some paper mock-ups to demonstrate some of the different layouts for you. This is also a good way of deciding how you want to lay out your individual geese once you've gotten them made before you start sewing them together into smaller blocks. Another thought that you can do playing with this is if you use paper colors that are similar to the prints that you're planning to use, you can test with different colors. So you could replace this orange corner with a red corner and maybe a red one on another and put it together to see how that would change the blocks once they were put together. So this is just a block where all of the large triangles are facing in the same direction. You can spin it around and have one side pointing up, one side pointing down, like so. Another way you can do it, and if you would have noticed the way I had it laid out before, if you swap the 2 sides, you start getting more of a zigzag pattern. And if you were doing 8 of these into a block, you would have a white zigzag and another blue, and then a broken yellow and a broken blue at the edges. There you can combine this with other blocks. So I don't have just a solid square, but you can, if you had a solid square, you could put these on point this way around a solid square, and then add a corner squares at each side to make a diamond shape, or you could set it on point normally, and that would give you a totally different look. There are all kinds of designs shown on the back of the instruction sheet, and feel free to experiment and play with it. It's a very fun block. Again, if you ever have any questions on the assembling of the block or you notice something incorrect in the directions, feel free to email me. It is circulation4, the number 4, at Clinton Public Library, and my name is Melody. Since we are in shutdown mode, and since many of you may not have had the opportunity to pick up the March instruction block, the March block was pinwheel. It also will be available online at this time. For those of you that are first seeing the quilt block of the month, the January block was rail fence and just 4 strips. And the February block was 4-patch. These blocks are designed to be able to use small scraps of fabric to use up bits and pieces that you may have in your stash, or just a little bit here or there. And as long as you have a bit of continuity from one block to another, in this case the blues, on this one I've used the same floral and the same dark blue. This one has a red in common. Not every block has to have pieces in common with every other block, but as you go along, when you do get finished at the end of the year and you're ready to assemble your quilt, it will come out looking very nicely. So I hope you've enjoyed this short demo of the flying geese pattern for the block of the month for April. And stay tuned for the block of the month for May. Hopefully by then we may be open where you'll be able to pick up the instructions here in the library in person. Have a good day and stay safe.